Hey there! So it's about 1 week and 2 days after surgery, and a week makes a heck of a difference. Um, First of all, here's a small diagram to help show you what exactly I'm talking about when I'm talking about what happened to my shoulder. But where the arrow is about the location of where my tear was. And you can see how close it is to the biceps tendon, and basically between the two was a bunch of scar tissue that effectively connected them. I am more or less off all of my medication. Um, it's been about 36 hours since I took a Norco, and the doctor said I could stop taking the anti-inflammations altogether. And I'm really only feeling pain if I tweak my shoulder by accident. If I bump into something, or if I lean over too far, or if I activate my shoulder muscles without really thinking about it, that's really the only time I feel pain, and those sharp pains fade much more quickly now. But other than that, but I'm still very aware of the fact that I need to keep it still and relaxed and inactivated. Um, so I had my follow up appointment on 2 days ago, and frankly, there wasn't a whole lot to update from that. I just sort of got more details about everything that I've been talking about this last week, and a little bit more information about what my recovery is going to look like. Um, I took off my bandage, and so I have a completely naked shoulder. I feel very apprehensive to touch it, which is why I haven't really cleaned it yet because I'm like so guarded and afraid that it's gonna hurt. But I think we're gonna go through there shortly, and I guess you can see that my incision scars are visible, but healed over. They didn't actually use stitches. They just used tape over the incision points. I have 4 incision points, but I think I have 4 scars. I'm assuming that means I had 4 incision points. 3 is normal. You get one on the front, the side, and the back. I have another one on top, and I didn't have a chance to ask him why there's an extra one. I have a follow up in 2 weeks, and I'll have a chance to ask him a few more questions, and that'll be one of them. I'm assuming it has to do with the fact that mine had, I guess, a minor complication, or it wasn't exactly what they were expecting. Um, with regards to my recovery, I get to start PT in 2 weeks, and that'll be all passive exercises. And I think 3 or 4 weeks after that, in physical therapy, I'll get to do active exercises. So, for the first little while, only the physical therapist will be able to move my arm. I can't activate those muscles, and I'll still have this big pillowed sling um, on all the time, 24/7. Um, After my follow up appointment in 2 weeks, he'll take the pillow away, and I'll just have the sling. So hopefully that's a little bit more comfortable. I guess we'll see. My neck is starting to feel really sore. I'm tired of having this pressure on it all the time. But he did show Ben and me how to remove the part of this, or unclip part of the sling, so that I could straighten my elbow, very carefully supported, just to like help with the whole stiff elbow situation. First, before I straighten my elbow, I need to support my arm against my body as much as I can, so that I don't move my shoulder at all. And then we unclip the sling, and then Ben kind of supports my arm, and then we kind of unstrap it so that I have movement in my elbow. And then carefully just kind of straighten it out. And so yeah, we just kind of do that a couple times a day. And but I have him, make sure he supports it and helps me straighten it, so I don't accidentally use muscles that I shouldn't be using up in my shoulder joint. And just kind of snack back in. Voila! One of my good friends asked me what my biggest recovery challenges have been so far, and it's a really good question. Um, Several things. It's been really hard not to overdo things. The better I get, I have to continuously remind myself that I just had surgery. because I'm starting to become a little overconfident in, I don't know, getting myself a glass of water and getting things out of the fridge and helping with dinner and heating things up. Like, I don't know, the little doing tiny things around the house that to me feel like they shouldn't be a big deal, but it's in doing those things that I have a huge potential to actually kind of tweak it really badly. And I have tweaked it um, pretty badly, even when I wasn't doing anything. Like Ben was pouring a glass of water from a pitcher we have in the fridge, and he accidentally dropped it, and I flinched because he dropped it, and that really really hurt. Um, so just remembering that I still had surgery very very recently, um, and to really stay calm and be mindful is huge, and not always that easy. Um, I also really miss hugs and snuggling and like sleeping normally. I'm getting really darn tired of sleeping in a chair or on my foam wedge, however comfortable they are and however great they were that first week after surgery. I'm so thankful I have them, but I'm really dying to just sleep on my back and on my side. I think I'll try sleeping flat tonight in bed. It doesn't hurt. I sort of crawled into bed this morning and lay down, nor as I laid down normally, and it was actually okay, which gave me hope that I might actually be able to sleep like that tonight. So I'll sort of carefully put some pillows in to support my shoulder. But I think I'll try that tonight. So I'll let you know how that goes. Um, I'm also really sort of this whole caretaking, being taken care of thing. I'm learning not to feel bad for that. Ben and I had talked a lot about it before surgery and what it meant, what it would mean, and what it would look like, and you know, just to remember that we've agreed on this, and it's okay that I need to be taken care of for a while, and that it not to feel bad that I can't help with the dishes for 6 weeks. Some might think that that's really awesome. Oh my god, I don't have to do dishes for 6 weeks. Cool, but I feel really bad that I can't contribute to the household like I normally would. That not only has been responsible for his job and me, but he has to clean the house and cook or take care of dinners and just do all the things that normally we're used to doing with two people. Um, and along with that is that this is all a huge lesson in patience and teamwork. Ben and I are learning to work together in ways that we've never been challenged to work together before. Um, and a huge part of that is patience, because everything takes longer than you think it will. And whether or not you're trying to do something by yourself or with someone else, it still takes longer than you think it will because you're just doing it differently than you're used to. Um, and another huge challenge is not being able to be active in the ways that I'm used to. Right before surgery, because I was so focused on getting as strong as possible before surgery, I spent a lot of time at the gym, and it was actually awesome. We were at the gym several times a week, and I was doing my PT exercises to work on my arm muscles and my shoulder stabilization, and we're also rock climbing like a ton, and it was awesome, and it felt great to be, to be getting that much exercise in that didn't really feel like exercise. And then that went from doing the most exercise I've done in a long time on a regular basis to doing hardly any at all. And that transition's felt pretty rough. And walking doesn't quite feel the same as indoor rock climbing or even outdoor rock climbing. You got to do what you got to do, but it's really hard not to. I really miss it. I also, I just wanted to say that just to put a lot of this in context is, Ben, my primary caretaker, we live together, and he works from home and has a decently flexible work schedule, and that makes things incredible. It also means that we have to make excuses to get out of the house, but in terms of my recovery and having someone near me when I need them, especially in that first week, was huge. And I feel, extremely thankful and grateful for that. And I realize that, maybe not everyone will have that luxury. It made my recovery process feel like it went that much more smoothly. I also planned ahead and took about a month off work in order to focus on healing. And I think that having such a big cushion of time to really focus on getting better without having the work stress has been extremely helpful and will be extremely helpful in the end. That's the big update post my follow-up appointment with my surgeon. Overall, I'm feeling significantly better than where I was a week ago, obviously. But the recovery curve seems to be going up and up and up each day, and that's awesome. So thanks for following along, and more next week. Take care. Bye.